A so-called educational video created for children in classrooms features an animated Frederick Douglass describing slavery as a compromise.
The southern colonies were dependent on slave labor, and they wouldn't have joined a union that had banned it.
Are you okay with that?
I'm certainly not okay with slavery, but the Founding Fathers made a compromise to achieve something great, the making of the United States. It was America that began the conversation to end it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that right there is straight up white supremacy. I'm not kidding. Okay, you're getting a cartoon of a black man to say, slave. I certainly didn't like it, but it was necessary. It was necessary for America. And America, we're getting ready to get rid of it anyway. No, that explain the Civil War. They completely ignore that. But no, it gets even more awful.
Have you kids heard of William Lloyd Garrison?
No.
Nope.
He's an abolitionist like me, and he and I used to be friends, but we aren't any longer. We don't agree how to solve problems. William refuses all compromises, demands immediate change, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he likes to set things on fire.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like you know the type.
Yeah, we've got that type in our time.
Oh, come on. What is this? What is this? All right. So look, that right there is no different than what you'd hear on Fox News, but it's literally in the classroom. And they like to set things on fire. Oh, dog whistle. Look, Black Lives Matter. We know that that's shot at them. 93% of the racial justice protests on that were peaceful. And we're talking millions and millions of people across the country that took part in this. So come on. But look, if you want to know how Frederick Douglass felt about this, what to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more than all other days in the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is the constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham, your boasted liberty an unholy license, your national greatness swelling vanity. Your sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Your denunciation of tyrants, brass-fronted impudence. Your shouts of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Your prayers and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, are to him mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy. A thin veil to cover up crimes which would disgrace a nation of savages. There is not a nation on the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of the United States at this very hour. Look, the response to this, by the way, on social media, also telling. One person tweeted, "This is some of the most dangerous and false propaganda I've ever seen. The description of Frederick Douglass in this animation is a flat-out lie, and the concept that children should be learning from this should scare everyone." Another person added, "This video bastardizes the essence of Frederick Douglass. It's insulting for me as a former history/government teacher. Can't imagine how devastating it must feel for Black people to have to see this dehumanizing curriculum implemented or continued in Florida public schools." And that is the important part, right? This has already been approved for instructional materials in Florida schools. And Florida will not be the last. It is the first, and more will continue. And so that's the worst part here. You have these rank propaganda videos marketed for classrooms to instruct young children, to brainwash them into conservative narratives, instead of actually showing them the realities. They accuse the left of doing this, when in reality, it's the right wing. This is nothing but projection. Now, other videos from in the PragerU Kids program includes how to be a victor and not a victim, Mateo backs the blue, and Leo and Layla meet Christopher Columbus. Now, in that video, an animated Christopher Columbus describes native groups as, quote, far from peaceful and defends slavery. So this is what the right wing is doing. This is just an example of what they're doing in your classroom. They are pushing false narratives, distorting history, and legitimizing racist views, upholding white supremacy in a kid-friendly format.